I'm 29, male, born and raised in the Midwest. I'm the kind of guy who believes stability matters, that showing up consistently is a form of love, and that if you commit to someone, you don't keep a hidden exit plan. I work a regular office job, pay my bills, don't chase drama. Until recently, I thought that made me safe in relationships. I was wrong. She and I were together a little over 4 years. Not a casual thing. Long-term. Integrated lives. Her family knew my schedule better than some of my friends did. I didn't think we were perfect, but I thought we were solid. That illusion started cracking on a Tuesday night, over takeout containers and a conversation that shouldn't have mattered as much as it did. I mentioned a potential job transfer. Same company, better role, different state. I wasn't even excited yet, just thinking out loud. She didn't look up from her phone. That's not happening. I laughed. I didn't say I was going. I said it's an option. She finally looked at me, calm, almost bored. You're not moving. My mother would never allow that. Allow. I waited for her to rephrase it. She didn't. I asked, since when does your mother decide my career? She sighed, like I was missing something obvious. You know how she is. And honestly, if you leave, this relationship doesn't make sense anymore. That was the first time I felt the ground shift. Not an argument, not raised voices, just a quiet ultimatum dropped between soy sauce packets. I didn't respond right away. I should have. Instead, I let it slide because that's what I had been doing for years. Her mother had opinions about everything. Where we spent holidays, how often I visited, what kind of apartment I should rent, when I should be ready for marriage. It always came through her, filtered, softened. I told myself it was normal family influence. I didn't realize it was control. Things escalated fast after that. Within weeks, the job transfer became a recurring weapon. Every disagreement circled back to it. You're being selfish. You're choosing money over us. My mother thinks you're unstable. One night, during an argument that started over something small, she said, if you really loved me, you wouldn't even consider leaving. I asked her, would you move for me? She didn't hesitate. No, my family is here. That was the moment the balance snapped. Everything was conditional. My career, my location, my future. Hers wasn't up for negotiation. I tried to talk it out. Calmly. Rationally. I suggested compromises. Time frames. Long distance for a year. She shut all of it down. Then came the entitlement. She started making decisions for both of us without asking. She told her parents we were basically engaged. She told her friends I was definitely staying. She even told my parents, during a dinner I wasn't at, that I had turned down the job already. When I confronted her, she said, I was manifesting our future. I said, you lied. She said, it's not lying if it's inevitable. The fights became sharper. She accused me of being ungrateful, of wasting her time, of leading her on. Anytime I pushed back, she'd cry, then go silent, then come back with messages from her mother explaining how disappointed they all were in me. One night, after a particularly ugly argument, she said something that changed everything. If you break up with me, she said, I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person you really are. I asked what she meant. She smiled. I have screenshots. That was the first time fear entered the room. I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. But like any normal relationship, we had private conversations. Vulnerable ones. Arguments. Things taken out of context could be twisted. And she knew it. After that, things got darker. She started baiting me into arguments over text. Pushing. Provoking. Trying to get reactions. When I stopped responding emotionally, she escalated. She told mutual friends I was emotionally unstable. She hinted that I had anger issues. She told one coworker of mine that I was on the verge of doing something stupid. That crossed the line. I didn't confront her right away. I documented everything. Screenshots. Dates. Messages. I spoke to an attorney quietly, just to understand my options. In the U.S., false statements that harm reputation can fall under defamation, and intentional false reports can carry consequences. I didn't want revenge yet. I wanted protection. Then she played her dirtiest card. One afternoon, 2 officers showed up at my apartment for a wellness check. Someone had reported concern that I might harm myself. I wasn't angry. I was calm, cooperative. I showed them my phone, the recent messages, the threats, the pattern. They left politely. One of them told me, quietly, "You did the right thing documenting." That night, I ended it. Clean. Direct. "I'm done. Don't contact me again." She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She laughed. "You think this ends because you say so?" The smear campaign went public after that. Social media posts, vague but pointed. Mutual friends asking me what happened. Her mother calling my parents, demanding explanations, accusing me of abandonment, instability, betrayal. I stopped responding emotionally. I let the process work. I sent a cease and desist letter through my attorney. Not dramatic, just factual. Stop spreading false statements. Stop contacting me. Preserve evidence. She ignored it. So I escalated. I filed a civil claim for defamation and harassment. In the U.S., that takes time. Months. Depositions. Evidence. During discovery, her messages surfaced. The threats. The manipulation. The deliberate attempts to provoke reactions. The false statements she admitted privately but denied publicly. Her confidence cracked fast. Her friends backed away. Her workplace placed her on leave after being contacted for deposition. Her mother, suddenly, wanted to resolve things privately. I declined. The case settled before trial. She issued a written retraction. Public. Specific. She paid damages. Not life-changing money, but enough that it hurt. Enough that it mattered. Enough that the narrative corrected itself. The revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel. It was precise. She lost control. That's what hurt her the most. Months later, I heard she told people I ruined her life. Maybe. Or maybe she just faced consequences for the first time. Do I regret breaking up with her? Sometimes, late at night, I miss the version of her I thought existed. The future I imagined. The comfort of familiarity. But then I remember the word allow. I remember the threats. The entitlement. The attempt to destroy me when I didn't comply. And I know I didn't make a mistake. I made an exit. If you've ever confused control for love or silence for peace, learn from me. Walking away hurts. Staying costs more. If this story felt uncomfortably real, you might want to stick around. I seem to have a talent for surviving chaos and telling the story after. Subscribing is cheaper than couples therapy and way less exhausting.